Welcome to Sunday Afternoon Porch Sitting, where laid-back conversations come to life. I'm Will.
And I'm Ryan, and we're inviting you to join us as we unwind and explore the essence of life in each episode. Well, Will, we've done some remodeling to the porch. Would you like to tell our guests what we've done?
The porch is on the go. The porch is on the move. I repeat, the porch is on the move.
This is the first time I think we are
literally on the road
yeah.
with the porch.
It's so windy right now. Is it manufactured wind or is it?
Is it windy?
Yeah, a little bit.
You getting a lot of wind in the headset? Ryan, why can't I hear it?
I don't know.
That's because I don't have my headset.
Oh.
Well, tell them what we're doing today, Ryan.
Well, we are passing exit 554 at Harvey Road.
Yeah, on I-20.
Yeah.
Where are we headed?
I don't know.
You don't know what... You just got on the porch and said, let's go.
We do have... we're behind two Impalas.
We are...
One's a little bit nearer than the other.
We are currently in our RV on the porch, and we're headed over to Garland. Which, little known fact maybe, that Arland, the fictional town in King of the Hill, is based off of Garland.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's where that is. But anyway, we're headed over to Garland to a pizza joint called Fortunate Son. It was featured on Dave Portnoy's One Bite review, and it got a really high score. They might
want to swing the porch over to the left.
Yeah, I'm going to swing over to the left to go around this car.
Flat tire.
They were featured on there. They got, I think it was low 8, like a 8.3 or something like that.
Yeah. They
do a New Haven style crust, and Dave Portnoy spoke very highly of it and was like, "This is legit New Haven." And my wife and I went up there.
I think we're all excited to try it today for the first time.
Well, some of us for the first time. It'll be second time.
You didn't tell me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. My wife and I have been there before, and we loved it so much. In fact, we do have a guest on the porch. We pulled up a third chair before we loaded up the RV, loaded up the porch on the RV.
Hold on, let's call in. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, that's not.
All right, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the porch.
Welcome back to the porch. Well, this is the first time in this porch.
This is the first time on the mobile porch. Not to be confused with the mobile home porch.
Yeah.
Yes, it is an adventure and sort of terrifying from my seat.
Why is it terrifying?
Really?
I feel like Ricky Bobby up here when he first got into the car in Talladega Nights.
If we had to give a make and model of the porch now that it's mobile, what would you call it?
I would say that it's a 1940 ranch style.
Yeah.
With a wraparound.
I'm just
interesting. It rides very smoothly.
It does. It does.
For something that old.
I would call it the Winneporcho.
The Winneporcho.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Do you get it?
I get it. It's like a Winnebago.
Or the porch stream.
Or porch stream. I was about to say the same thing.
Listeners, please pray for me. I'm not sure if they can multitask today in order to get us everywhere we need to go safely.
Well, the hardest part about this is that I'm having to hold the mic while I'm driving. We don't have a lapel or anything like that.
And yet he asks me why I'm terrified.
You've got two knees. Just, go with it.
That's right.
It's like playing the organ.
Well, Kim, this is like what the listeners, or would you say that this is similar to what the experience is like when me and Ryan are talking on the phone while I'm driving?
Yes, it's incredibly similar. You're just not having to hold a microphone while that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But you're getting to experience it like
we experience it daily.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say daily.
Daily.
Yeah. This actually is what led to our podcast, is us riding in a car and talking.
Do you know where we're at right now?
Yeah.
We are at a place that we talked about on our first episode.
We are at a place.
The infamous cow incident?
The infamous cow incident.
Oh, that episode. I was thinking about something else.
I don't see any cattle haulers, though.
I don't see any cattle. Well, because they pulled over to let all the cows out.
Yeah.
And look how green this grass is right now. Like, why wouldn't you?
Did you ever listen to those country parodies I can't remember the guy's name.
Cletus T. Judd?
Cletus T. Judd.
Yes, I did. I was a huge fan.
Who let
So
the
was
cows
Kim.
out? Moo.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Moo, moo, moo.
I was thinking, did I shave my back for this?
Ooh.
Or,
Please take the girl. Please take the girl.
Every light in the house is blown. I keep on clapping, but they won't clap on.
Well, in light of us being mobile now, what was your wildest, Kim, car story going down the interstate?
Wildest car story
Yes.
going down the interstate. That was probably as a child. I was sitting in the middle of the back seat in my parents' vehicle as we were going to Mineral Wells to camp.
Was it a Suburban?
It was a van.
A van.
Anyway,
Regency
there's
van?
do what?
A Regency van?
No, not a Regency van. I think it was an Astro van.
Astro Star.
Did it come with its own trash can?
No, I don't think so.
Little baseball joke that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I didn't
so
get that.
there was a glass truck in front of us, and a sheet of glass got loose and flew up and like straight at the windshield, and then just as it was about to hit, swung up and over the top of the car.
That's Final Destination.
It was Final Destination. So glass trucks and log trucks are a no for me. I will not drive behind them if I have any choice in the matter.
Not interested. Not interested. Will, what was your wildest car story?
Believe it or not, it's not the cows.
Really?
We were traveling down to TMEA. It was my first TMEA to ever experience. And it had kind of... We were trying to get ahead of the weather because there was snow and ice and all sorts of stuff coming in. And it was reaching down as far as Austin with this ice. And we tried to get ahead of it. We didn't. We ended up leaving like 2 hours later than we were supposed to. And we'd stopped for lunch in... what's that town that has the Texas burger? Oh, Buffalo. And we'd switched drivers, and I let the gentleman I was working with, I let him drive. And the roads kind of looked like they were going okay, and so he was going speed limit. Ended up hitting a patch of black ice, and we spun around and backed into a ditch. Broke a water pipe while we were there. And luckily, somebody drove by in one of those flatbed dualies and pulled us out. And car wasn't damaged, thank goodness. And the student that was with us wasn't damaged either. But that's probably the wildest thing that ever happened to me. He has a podcast now, too.
That's scary.
Yeah. The student or the
teacher? No, the teacher. The student's also a teacher now in the same area. So, but that
at the same school?
No.
Oh.
Almost the same town, pretty close. But
yeah.
Anyway. Hey, I want to give a shout out to one of our listeners.
Who's that?
Quebeca Renz. I think that
She's
she has
been
caught
keeping up.
I think she has caught up.
She
was only like 2 episodes back from this one.
I love how she'll randomly text us.
Yeah.
And like different things and updates from the show, and it just kind of cracks me up a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, Quebeca's got a big day today.
What is she doing?
Orchestra competition.
Orchestra competition.
Yeah, she sent us all this chamber music.
Oh yeah,
live chamber music.
Yeah, it sounds like a blast.
I didn't say anything in the text thread when Quebeca Renz sent us the text message sharing the event, but when I tried to play it this morning, it was muted.
You just have to unmute it.
No, I was like, it was live.
Oh.
And it was unmuted.
Oh, okay.
And no sound was coming through the video.
I didn't realize it was a live stream.
I even like closed out of YouTube and went over to TikTok just to make sure I had sound and I could hear it in my truck.
Yeah.
I might have been driving at that time.
Why is this car going so slow?
I don't know.
You know what one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm driving on the interstate is? Kim, what is it? She knows it.
Do I have to choose one?
There's a lot.
Biggest pet peeve, I don't know. You have a real problem keeping any song on for more than 20 seconds.
Okay, I'm talking
Kim,
about...
I agree with that.
I didn't say what are my issues. I said what's my biggest pet
like
peeve,
when I'm
not
driving
yours.
down to San Antonio for a state marching contest, like we jam out to songs, but when Will's driving, he changes it every like 2 seconds.
It's infuriating. You're just getting into whatever song is playing, and he has to change it. He cannot deal with it.
Will, this is not an appetizer.
It's not the song I want to listen to at that time.
The whole meal. I don't.
But there are other people in the car.
Well, but the driver, Okay, you're right.
No,
I'm sorry.
passenger
The
gets
passenger
to
controls the
controls the
aux cord.
radio.
I get it.
I don't want an hors d'oeuvre for my ear.
Well, to answer my question that I asked y'all, my biggest pet peeve when I'm driving is when a truck is passing another truck on the interstate and they're both slowing down traffic.
Yeah.
That's my biggest pet peeve. But anyway, I'm glad to see that I'm y'all's biggest pet peeve while driving.
That's awesome.
Man. So, what are your pre-thoughts about the pizza place we're going to?
You already know about it.
You've got to be talking to Ryan because I've been there.
I am talking to Ryan, yeah. What are your pre-thoughts on this? What are your expectations? Do you think it's going to meet your expectations or be lower?
I feel like it's going to be a very fortunate experience.
Son, I think you're right.
No, I'm excited about it. You know, you talked pretty highly of this place. I know you guys like pizza, and you've been on a kick with making pizzas and trying to perfect your craft, and so I'm pretty excited about the experience here. I actually went on and looked at what pizzas I wanted to eat.
Which pizza are you going to eat?
I want the pepperoni one, but the prosciutto looked good too because I had a prosciutto pizza when I was in Italy, and it was phenomenal.
Why are you not going to just start out with a basic?
I'm not basic.
Oh, okay.
Do you know me?
Oh, but the basic is very good.
Is it?
It's a tomato pie.
Well, maybe we can get a couple of different pies and
I think we'll probably each get our own pie. I think.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. They do. Is it 12-inch pie? I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Which is still a pretty decent size, but
yeah.
I have to make sure that I'm good for the rest of the day, or else I'll eat that whole thing in one sitting. Because New Haven is a pretty thin crust, and it's I mean, it's crispy, but it still has a chew.
Yeah.
It's not like a cracker, like Chicago Tavern style, but it is really good.
Pretty excited.
Probably my favorite style that I haven't actually tried a traditional New Haven. I haven't been up to New Haven, Connecticut to try it, but
yeah.
According to Portnoy, this place is legit as far as a New Haven style. And I've made my own before. Kim has had it a couple of times.
Yeah, it hasn't gone badly.
Yeah.
That's unique.
Man, we are going 50 miles an hour here.
It's going to get better when we get to Terrell. I'm just going to tell you.
Oh, I know it is. Forney, that's the terrible spot. If you live in Forney, I feel sorry for you.
Send
if
us
you have
an
to get
email
on
at
80.
sapspodcast@gmail.com.
I forgot we even had an email.
I didn't.
You did.
So somebody's at least been checking it, is what you're telling me?
Yes,
okay.
I keep checking it, and I just see that one message that I'm leaving there.
Yeah.
I mean, you just said you had forgotten about it, so are you sure you're checking it?
I don't know, man. I thought we were going slow at 50, and now we're going 35.
Okay, I'm going to say 4 words.
Okay.
And I want you to say Democrat or Republican. Okay? Come and take it.
I didn't think that it's going to be Republican.
You think so?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this bill that one of our representatives putting into the state house about making the cannon the official gun of Texas?
Did you see the name of that truck company?
No.
It said Rift. I don't know if I want a Rift in my transportation delivery.
Okay, but what about my question?
Go back to it.
What are your thoughts on? Okay, so one of our representatives from our area introduced a bill into the Texas House to make the cannon the official gun of Texas.
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
Well, I think it's a great
It's not
idea.
a gun.
It's not a gun. It's a cannon.
Well,
it's a weapon.
Listen.
I mean, is a gun a hand cannon?
It all depends on size. Okay, what is the biggest
gosh.
mammal that is in our world?
The biggest mammal, the blue whale.
The blue whale. So, do you think that the blue whale would choose a Glock 22 as a weapon of choice, or would he rather be like, "Hey, give me that cannon because it's like a handgun to me"?
Probably do like a howitzer. Yeah.
Howitzer's still too small.
Okay. Well, I don't know that. How is there room enough for this 18-wheeler to get over? And we're not. This annoys me. I'm sorry. Still going 50 miles an hour here.
Well, can I remind you?
Will is losing his mind.
I'm losing.
Do you
my
have a
mind.
CDL?
I have a CDL.
Did you sign your paperwork to get your CDL?
Yes.
Then you signed to be a professional driver. Just stay professional, man.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. So I could be a NASCAR driver?
A professional driver.
Yeah, that's a professional driver. I'm basically a NASCAR driver.
That's a very enthusiastic driver.
Okay.
I said professional.
Now, if they'd said, "Hey, let's make the shotgun or the Colt 45 or something, or a Smith & Wesson something,"
You
I
can't
don't know.
use a Colt 45.
Okay, well,
It's that one. It's ineligible.
I
to
obviously
be
don't know
utilized for Texas.
guns a whole lot, but I feel like there could have been a better choice.
You know why
And
the
I
Colt
don't-
45
I
is not
assume-
eligible?
I assume. Well, hold on. I assume that he's making the cannon because of the state gun of Texas because of the history behind it. The
Yeah.
whole "come and get it"
Come and take it.
thing. Come and take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not come and get it. Sorry. Take away my Texas card. Oh my gosh.
It's not an 18-wheeler.
Van I know, but still. Anyway, they I assume that's why he wants to do it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Is it an endangered species?
I mean, it's not unique to us either.
Yeah.
I mean, the cannon's been around for centuries.
I guess so. Maybe they're native to
Big
Texas.
truck.
Anyway.
And let's ignore for a moment that the bill itself is just ridiculous. Do we not have other issues that we could be trying to solve?
It's a look over here while, I rob
Yeah.
you over here. or
Yeah, well, it's
something.
not even a good one.
I just
No,
want
it's
to go
not.
on vacation to the Gulf of America for a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
There's a nice cruise that I was looking at.
Well, you know how you talked about how pizzas were kind of my thing that I've been doing?
Yes.
Or whatever. And Kim is probably annoyed at all this, but I keep finding new things to get into. My latest obsession would be what?
Baseball
Pokemon
cards.
I wasn't going to say that. That's not where I was going with that.
It is also coffee.
Kim, I would have
We've
said
got two things
baseball
going
card.
right now.
We'll talk about both
Yeah.
eventually, but I got on eBay and I found an espresso machine for like $32 that I bought. And everything works great on it. It's not like a fancy, $3,000 espresso machine. I think it was like $300 is what it retails for. But I've been trying to make espresso, and I think I've got the espresso part down. It's just I can't get the milk the right texture for the lattes.
Did you buy a foamer and stuff like that?
Yeah, I came with it.
Did it?
Yeah.
So y'all have to come over. I'll make you some coffee too, because my sister lives in Italy now, and so when I went to go
Ciao.
see her, she has started getting into like brewing espresso.
Oh yeah.
So I'm now the proud owner of a mocha pot to make like legit Italian espresso.
I've never heard of that. A
Yeah.
mocha pot. Do
They're
you grind your
pretty cool.
own beans?
No, I don't. I'm an Ely kind of person, ILLY. So it's
Yeah.
already pre-ground, and you just
Did you
brew the espresso.
did you get approval to use their name? Are they going to pay us?
But let's talk about grinding coffee beans.
Okay.
One of our good friends and good listeners, faithful listeners to the show, actually does coffee roasting.
Who?
Mott Skipmetrich.
Does he really?
Yes.
I
yes.
had no idea.
So we'll have to get him on the show and talk about his whole process with that. He's a coffee guru.
I had no idea that he roasts coffee beans.
Yep.
Scott, I'll trade you a shirt for that Ryan is going to send you. I think he's already sent
Just
it.
came in, yeah.
And so we'll send you a second T-shirt, and if you'll send us some roasted coffee beans to try out, that'd be awesome.
Just don't send it through the same postage company that we sent to your shirt through, because they're experimenting with teleportation, and I don't think they perfected it just yet.
No, I don't think so either.
So if it's arrived, give us the thumbs up. If it hasn't arrived yet, well,
let's see.
It's on its way.
This was what, my second weekend to use the
Yes.
espresso machine.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it getting better or worse or the same?
It's getting better.
All right.
It's getting better.
What would you rate the latte you had this morning?
Oh, this morning I'd give it a solid 6.
Uh,
That's not where we started, guys.
where did we start at, Kim? That's what
I'd say we started at a 4.5, maybe.
I was going to go 2.7.
But that's just because I want my coffee to be really strong. I would just as soon have the espresso by itself.
Well, you could order it that way.
I could have ordered it that way, but you are so obsessed with lattes and you're trying to perfect it, and I'm just trying to help.
If you like strong coffee, you would like the mocha pot.
Yeah.
With the Italian
Yeah.
coffee.
I tell you what, I'll just make you the espresso tomorrow, and we'll go off of that, so that you can tell me if the espresso tastes okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you know in Italy it's not like here? Like you don't go and pay for your coffee first and get your product, but when you go to a coffee shop, you sit down like a restaurant and you order your food and pay at the end and your coffee.
Oh, so it's like a waiter,
Yeah.
or in German, a Kellner.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
That is kind of unique.
Speaking of Italians, I got Italian cologne. Can you smell it?
I can't. Oh, ciao.
Yeah.
Scusi.
What do you think?
Scusi. What?
What do you think?
It smells good.
Yeah, you can't buy it here in the United States.
What's the brand? What's the brand?
The brand name is called Off-White.
I'm sorry, our listeners couldn't hear that. We had to bleep it out.
OFF White.
No, we had to bleep it out.
And it's number 7.
Number 7. What?
They go through numbers.
Like
So
old
their
number 7?
Their fragrance is just numbers, like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Jack Daniels.
Yes. I didn't wear my Mega Mari today, the other clone that I've got,
Nice.
but you can't buy it here in the United States. It's crazy.
Why not?
Well, I probably did 25% tariff.
Is that you think that's it?
Potentially.
What did Italy? Is it because Italy is letting in all these drugs too?
Maybe.
Oh man. Well, y'all brought it up. So cat's out of the bag. Baseball cards is really taking over me also.
Yeah.
And I've got some beef. Okay.
Hey, how's your online
What else is
platform
new?
for selling baseball cards going?
Well,
If
okay.
anybody from What's
Can
Not
we? No. Let's
Whatnot
start at the
is
beginning.
listening.
Let's start at the beginning.
and you want to support our podcast,
I-
email us at sapspodcast@gmail.com.
I started listing cards on eBay, and I wasn't getting any traffic. No views, no watchers, no bids, nothing. Not bids, but nobody was buying anything. So I decided to put some up for auction. And I still wasn't getting any watchers or anything like that. So I went to eBay, and I did the promote tool thing where they take an additional like 10% if I sell it, whatever. It's
And
like,
that
okay,
helped, right?
I'm just trying to get some traffic. Yeah. So I ended up selling a card for, it was like $5.50. Well, $1.25 of that went to shipping, and then the fees on that. I think I got like $3.75 from it afterwards, which was
Keep
fine
it up.
because that
Keep it
was
up. Keep
more
your head
than
up.
what the card was worth. So positive there. Anyway, but I follow this guy, Clever Cuban Cards, on TikTok, because his videos are real informative. He started his own card business and all that. And a little side note here, I'm not in this to make profit. I'm just in this to fund my hobby, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
basically sell the cards at what I bought them for to buy more cards to try to find or get the ones that I want. And I can go all day about, how I'm doing this, whatever. Anyway, so I discovered the Whatnot app, which is an auction site where it's a quick auction. Like, you can set an auction for like 10 seconds or 45 seconds, and it's like Twitch or something like that. So I was just, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Well, it hit me, why don't I start a Facebook page and go live on there and put up my stuff for auction?
It's been really successful for
That way-
Angelica Arkland.
Yeah. So I was kind of doing that type of thing is what I was going to do. That way I could cut out the middleman and, just have to worry about shipping costs and all that.
Yeah.
So I created my Facebook page, Will's Base Hits, because, I have a lot of base cards that
Where
I'm
did
trying
you
to
get
get rid of.
that name from?
My friend Mayan Ruckenturf gave me that name, and I thought it was a great name. Kim, you liked it too, right?
Yeah, no, I thought it worked out well.
So anyway,
Quick, you got to guess what this bus is up here. I already know, but you
it's a
gotta guess.
Prevost. No, it's a Van Hool.
You think so?
No, it's a Prevost.
How do you know?
I'm just gonna guess.
It's a
No, it's an
Prevost.
MCI.
No, it's a Prevost.
Prevost. Okay.
See,
It kind of looks like an MCI though.
a little bit. The older models.
The older models, yeah.
They're out of Nashville.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're coming to get you. Anyway, where was I? I forgot.
Will's Base
Oh,
Hits.
Facebook. And so I was going to go live, and I set up the live and started inviting people to it and all that. And it comes time to go live, and I hit, go live, and it says, you can't go live. You don't have 100 followers, and you haven't been a page for 60 days.
So are you there yet?
No, I'm not at 60 days yet.
How many more days you got?
At least 40 something.
Ooh, ouch.
Ask me if I'm at 100 followers.
Are you at 100 followers?
Nowhere close.
How many followers do you
I
have?
think like 20.
Cool. You're getting there.
So
Baby steps.
you and both of you said, well, just go live on your personal page, which I hate doing because I feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of embarrassed, I don't know, it's embarrassing to me. that, hey, this is my hobby, everybody. But anyway, so I went on Whatnot and I started selling things, and it's been going okay. My biggest issue was this last time that I went live, I sold a card to this person out in California, which, thanks for buying. Sold the card for $1, less than what it's worth, and it's whatever. Normally, I've been making 58 cents off of that, or, sometimes even less, like 40-something cents, which I'm not happy about. But this one really made me mad. I sold it for $1. Ask me how much money I got.
How much money did you make?
I had to pay 2 cents.
Yeah. So how's that going to pay your mortgage?
I don't know. I had to pay 2 cents for that card. So that guy bought the card, but in return, I actually gave him, he didn't get the money, but Whatnot got the money, 2 cents.
Yeah.
I got 0 from that.
This guy's probably like, what the heck are they doing? He just looked over.
Yeah, I just got charged 102% for that card.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
No.
This guy looked
I
over.
don't have my headphones.
And gave me a weird look for holding the microphone and talking.
We should have warned.
There's a number 2 guy. He's like, they're on the CB radio right now. It's like, breaker 19. We got a white Nissan Sentra running down.
We probably
west.
should have worn our podcast T-shirts or driven the car that has the sticker on the back.
They're talking into microphones. Check.
Yeah. So, ow, turn that down. Anyway, I totaled up all my cards from just over 1 week, and I sold, I think, 19 cards that were valued. My estimated value of them was like $36. I sold them for $39, but after fees, I made about $28.
Yeah.
Which, 19 cards for $28 isn't bad, considering I didn't really give up anything, like any big hitters,
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay, I guess.
I never got into baseball cards. I was more of a Pokemon card collector growing up.
Well, they do Pokemon cards on the site.
I saw that.
My friend David, the Great 151, who just went last night, sold cards. He sold like $290 worth of cards.
How much did he make?
Did you ask him how much he made?
Yeah, it was somewhere around $250, and I asked him because he used to sell on TikTok, and I said, how did it compare to TikTok as far as the money you made or sales and whatever? And he said he still preferred TikTok because the fees kind of went towards the buyers instead of the sellers.
Yeah.
And I kind of appreciate that, but
we just don't know how long TikTok's going to be around.
No.
Do you think they're going to charge TikTok?
It's coming up soon, right?
25% tariff on all transmissions of materials into the United States.
Probably.
Yeah.
Why hasn't somebody else created a site that's just like that?
I don't know.
That's here in America. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they're all like, they're selling it to the Chinese and whatever.
Well, you
and,
got to be careful about that now because you can get sued for those types of things.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is suing a couple of different chain gas stations over copyright infringement.
Like bunnies?
No,
not bunnies.
Duckies.
Oh, duckies.
Did you hear about that one?
Is that in America?
And then there was a Barkies.
I thought duckies. Wait, what? Wasn't there one in Mexico or something?
I don't know, but there's Barkies as well. And their whole mantra, is your dogs are welcome here and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah, your dogs are welcome here. That's because it's called Barkies.
Yeah, Barkies.
Interesting.
And Duckies. I don't know what the Duckies reference would be. I mean, I guess bring your ducks. Hope you got your ducks in a row.
Get your ducks in a row here. Well, the thing about Buc-ee's, it's I guess it's because there's so many restrooms and you feel like it's a clean restroom.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of these gas stations that you stop at, it's like you don't want to stay in those bathrooms very long. It smells. It's gross.
I actually, driving charter buses, prefer stopping at Buc-ee's.
Why?
Just because it's so easy to get in and out, get your food, and go.
Speaking of, am I stopping at Buc-ee's or are we going?
I don't know. Are you stopping at Buc-ee's?
I was asking the car.
I don't know. Are you stopping at Buc-ee's?
Aren't we morally obligated to stop either this direction or the other direction?
I mean, maybe. Be the only time you can get one of their kolaches. because they don't sell them all day anymore. They just sell them for breakfast.
Really?
Yeah,
You
and
would
kinda-
know that.
annoys me.
I've already had breakfast, so I can't enjoy kolache.
Also, they kind of gotten expensive on their food.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has, I guess.
I
but-
don't pay attention. I just go check out and pay.
Yeah.
Well, they're expanding. They're adding so many new stores. They've got to fund them somehow.
Well, I guess you're right.
I never have pulled into a Buc-ee's when it's not full. The one in Terrell is just.
You kind of gotta hit it at night. And that's kind of when it's not.
But it's
full.
still busy though.
It's still busy, but it's nothing like midday.
Yeah.
Oh, and man, if there's a traffic jam on the interstate, it's even worse because it's a traffic jam at Buc-ee's too. They all pull over because it's like, I don't want to sit in traffic. I'd rather sit at Buc-ee's for a little bit.
Just shop.
And can we talk about how all these other companies follow Buc-ee's? Like, you go pull over to Buc-ee's and there's, Whataburger, there's a Chick-fil-A, there's a Taco Bell. There's all these other restaurants that all of a sudden start popping up. The one in Terrell has a hotel right beside it, like
There's
two hotels.
yeah. I remember
There
when
used
that
to
used
be
to
nothing.
be land.
Yeah, there was
Just
nothing
open land,
there.
Open land to grace.
And now you could spend a weekend there. There's a film alley. There's a lot of restaurants and shopping.
Have you gone to the movies recently?
I've not.
I haven't gone. In
Kim, what was the
years.
last movie we saw?
Years.
In the theater.
I don't remember what the
It's
last
probably
thing we
been
saw.
at least 2 years or a year and a half.
Has it been that long? I don't know. It might have been because I kind of think it was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, you're right. That was it. So about a year ago, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what movies are out now. I've kind of just stopped watching them.
Yeah.
Well, it's become really unnecessary to go to the movies to see the movie with
Yeah.
streaming.
Well, I mean, Kim, what's your pet peeve about going to see a movie?
My pet peeve or your pet peeve?
Well-
You just don't like people.
Okay, yeah, that. I was going to say, I thought that was yours too. I guess
It
not.
is. It is. There's, people sitting around you making noise and
Oh, I hate that.
not able to sit still and just up and down. And if I could be sitting in a movie theater watching a movie and dealing with all of that, or sitting at home being able to go to the bathroom when I wanted,
Without missing the movie because you
not
can pause
without
it.
missing the movie,
Or people talking while you're watching.
or
the
people
movie.
talking through the entire thing, I think I would just as soon be sitting on my couch.
Okay.
Or people on their phone.
Yeah.
Philosophical question: do you say something to people when they're talking during a movie?
Silently, I do.
Oh, I do. I say
Not
something.
super silently. He says it to me, but not to the people who are talking.
No,
make
but
my
I give them
presence
looks.
known. I make my presence known.
What do you say? Give me
Excuse me.
an example. Hold on.
Excuse me.
Hold on. What movie are we watching? There's Alice in Wonderland is on the big screen. We're watching it. Oh my goodness! Why do you think they call him the Mad Hatter, Kim? I don't understand.
Excuse
What do you
me.
think's gonna happen?
Excuse me.
I just
Excuse me.
Can you tell me?
We're trying to enjoy this video here.
I'm
too.
sorry, sir. What?
Excuse me.
Sir?
Thank you. And that's what I say. When they
Does
stop
does
talking.
it stop
deal
them?
with that
I mean,
guy.
like permanently or just for a few minutes?
I think sometimes people cave to that pressure, and I think sometimes don't realize that there's an etiquette that exists. That is one of my current pet peeves right now, that people are not being taught etiquette and how to act. Now, the other thing too, I think is really important in that process is understanding how to read the room. It's like, hey, all these other people here, they're sitting quietly. Can we do the same thing? Can we do what we're supposed to? And never mind. I'm gonna say it. Band concerts. Band
Yeah.
concerts.
Well, any public performance
It's
anymore.
not a-
It's not just band concerts. It's
Well,
it's all of them.
It's not a Van Halen performance. I'm sorry. We're not gonna yell and scream and throw people across the auditorium.
Parents who let their small children run up and down the aisles as though there's
Screaming.
nothing going on stage.
Screaming. No, thank you.
And also talk about band concerts like on their phones, and I guess I don't mind the whooping and hollering in between songs or something, but the amount of conversations and not paying attention that goes on just annoys me.
Yeah.
Well, and that there are appropriate places to applaud
Right.
and places where you are not actually supposed to.
It's like I don't want it to be deathly silent when there's a performance going on or a movie going on. Laugh, cry, applaud, whatever. But can you hold on to your conversations afterwards? Like, I can't stand when somebody is asking, "What's coming up next?" or "What do you think is going to happen?" And it's like,
I don't know. I'm watching this movie with you.
yeah, why are they going into that room?
Yeah, growing up, that's one thing that always gets me, because my response, it's not always really nice. Sometimes, like when you're hanging out, people are like, "Oh, what's going to happen next? What happened? What's going on?" Well, the plot's still developing. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah,
we're still working on it here.
Hey, why don't we find out together?
This is the rising action.
Yeah. This is why we watched this movie, to find out what's going to happen.
We
Speaking
are
of
still in
movies,
the exposition phase.
it's movies and TV shows. What's your favorite TV show on right now? I just finished mine last night.
That is live right now, like they're making new
Just came out.
episodes,
Just
or
came out,
just
yeah.
over all time.
Nope, just came out.
We don't really watch TV shows.
Well, I mean, Next Level Chef
I would say Next Level
is
Chef
kind of
is
our
probably my
go-to.
favorite.
Yeah.
I like High Potential that I've been watching on
I haven't
Hulu.
seen
I
that
can't
one.
think of what station it's actually on.
Mine has
CBS,
actually been
NBC.
Reacher on Amazon Prime.
Mhm.
It's been really good.
With John Krasinski.
Yep.
We have tried to watch what's it called, Severance, on Apple TV.
Yeah, you said you couldn't get into it really well.
It's been tough, man.
He was doing better than I was. The exposition was moving so incredibly slow.
I like the premise. I like the idea.
Just
And I
not
think
well
it's shot.
executed.
I think it's shot pretty well, but like Kim said, it's moving really slow for me.
If I have to watch 5 episodes before I'm really invested in what's going on, then you've taken too long.
Yeah. I was hoping that they would make some new episodes of some shows I used to watch. Like, one of my favorite shows that I watched on Netflix was Designated Survivor. Did you ever watch that?
No.
It was really good.
Oh, a show on Netflix that they do seasons of or whatever. The Mole.
Yeah.
Like the first season of that, and even the second season, I really like it. It's where you've got a bunch of contestants that are trying to collectively build the pot of money to win. And throughout the episode, one of them is the mole, which is trying to prevent them from winning all the money and trying to get them to lose money by actively sabotaging the group and stuff like that. But at the end of every episode, they vote on who they think the mole is, and they get voted out. And in the end, I think it comes down to 3 contestants or something like that, and that's where they have to discover who the mole is. And both times the mole has won and got away with it. But that's just a really good episode, or good TV show to watch.
The Residence was good on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's a new one. That's about them doing an investigation at the White House.
Oh, that's interesting.
From somebody being killed. Yeah, it's cool.
Is it like a documentary?
No, it's actually like a drama.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Something else that's coming out on Netflix that has me interested. It's I don't remember the name of it, but it's a bunch of contestants once again, and one of them has $1 million in their room, and their goal is to basically play it off that they don't have the $1 million.
Huh.
And so it's kind of the same premise, I guess, just reverse.
What was that name of that show with the jury on
On Apple TV?
Yes.
Was
Fake
it Apple
jury.
TV? Yeah.
And the guy.
It was all fake, and that guy had
Thought it
no
was
idea.
real.
I don't remember what it was called. The Juror, maybe,
Yeah.
or something.
The lady with the red hair always cracked me up.
I watched a couple episodes of it. Again, I thought the premise was great, but I didn't think it was all that great.
The lady with the red hair was hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it started off well and it finished well, but there was this bit in the middle that was just a little draggy.
I don't even remember finishing it. Did we finish it?
Yeah, I thought we did.
Oh, maybe so.
There is one movie I've been wanting to see here recently, just because it's been popping up on my TikTok. I don't even know what movie it is, but it's with the guy with the long blonde hair, and he was like, "Ooh, armed surveillance does," and then their eyes like extend out of the head. Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
have no
Nope.
idea what you're talking about.
You are on your
I'll
own.
have to show you.
Yeah, do not know what that is.
There's also one scene where he's talking about creating a time capsule that they can throw in the river and let it float down the river through time so people can see what they did in their time when they get it off of the river. And then he pulls something out of it. He's like, let's take a look at it. And he pulls this rock out. And he's like, it's a friendship rock. Let's blow on it. I'm like, what's going on?
Okay. Makes no sense. Well, I don't think it could be a Sunday afternoon porch sitting podcast episode if we didn't talk about aviation. Some big news happened last week with aviation. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I was watching that government shakedown.
That's
with,
not what I was talking
enabling the surveillance system or whatever communication system to keep flights from flying into each other at DCA.
That's not what I was talking about. But
what were you talking about?
I was talking about the fire at Heathrow.
Oh, that was a big deal.
That shut down the airport. One of our former guests was over there in London and couldn't get back home.
Who's that?
Sake Spady. He was over there. He was over there in London, and Heathrow caught on fire, and he couldn't find a flight home because every direct flight was booked solid, and he had to wait like 2 more days in London before he could get a flight. But his flight went from London to LAX, and then LAX to Dallas.
Wow.
So he had like a 2-hour layover there.
Did he end up flying from Heathrow? Did he go to Gatwick or?
No, I think he flew from Heathrow.
Yeah.
But there was no power at the airport, so they couldn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And a huge fire. There was one plane that I think was left Durham, North Carolina. I think it was.
Charlotte. Was it Raleigh?
Was it Charlotte?
I think it was Charlotte.
Maybe Charlotte. I don't know.
And they had to turn around and come back.
Yeah, 3 hours into their flight, and they had to turn around and go back because they got news of the fire and the airport was shut down. And he was talking about how right now they could have, if they were closer, they might still could have landed somewhere close, but by the time that they would get there, there wouldn't be anything available for them. So he said it was smarter for them to turn around and go back.
Yeah, because all of the immediate flights that would have been emergency to get over there, like they didn't have remaining fuel and stuff like that, they were diverting to Gatwick and the other airport. Well, I can't remember what the other airport is in London.
There are places along that Atlantic route that if you do have an emergency, like engines out or something like that, that is within enough distance for you to make it to their airport.
Yeah.
Little islands in the Atlantic. Why aren't there more islands in the Atlantic? I feel like the Pacific has all the islands.
I don't know. Maybe a lack of volcanic activity.
I guess so. The other news, though it's not really news, but it's now like a challenge, which is they're trying to disprove the theory that you have to get to the airport 2 hours before your international flight or an hour before your national flight.
Be careful.
People are arriving like 15 minutes before they're boarding.
Be careful.
15 minutes.
I think that's a bad idea.
I think they're getting lucky that they're going through security, and also they're all, pre-TSA check or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that is a pretty fast process, but it can, be careful. It can really slow you
go
down.
through MCO like that.
Oh, I hate MCO.
MCO is a terrible airport.
Oh, we've had pretty good luck the last couple of times that we've flown. Security hasn't been ridiculous.
No, but I mean, when we left for Milwaukee at Love Field, security was still pretty long. Even the pre-check was long.
Yeah, it was backed up, but it moved pretty fast.
Yeah.
My beef with all of that is that every airport is different as to what they require as far as security is concerned. So you walk up there and you really have no idea what they're going to ask you to do.
Right.
And they get so upset with you because you don't know.
I forgot. Did we fly out of Chicago from O'Hare, Kim?
Yes, we did on the way home.
That was the one that we were through security in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because there was absolutely no line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's your least favorite airport that you've flown in or out of?
I've not flown in and out of many. But my least favorite... MCO, Orlando, hands down.
Orlando's my least favorite.
Newark, I think, for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Newark.
I have not had many bad experiences there. There's only been one. Do you guys remember when that guy walked through security in Newark? It made the news years ago. And he walked straight through security with his dog and was like out on the tarmac running around. Do you remember that?
I briefly remember that.
I went to the airport the next morning after that, and security measures had really been locked down, so it took a long time to get through security to come home. But Orlando is my least favorite.
I'm just going to say Orlando just because of, I don't think I've been there where I haven't had a delay or that security it didn't take forever to get through.
My problem with Orlando is the way that they have the gates numbered depends on which terminal you have to check into. They don't have any connections between A terminal and B terminal. It comes out of a central connection hub. So if you've got to go to a gate in B terminal and you've got to transition and get back over to A terminal, you have to exit security, go through security again just to get to your gates on the A side.
Yeah,
I don't like that. And I also don't like that there are different satellites for the terminals, so you have to take a train to those different satellites for the gate numbers. It is so
I will
hectic.
say at O'Hare, the last time we were there, Kim, was it like we went over to one terminal and then they moved our gate again? Or like we had to go back and forth.
Yeah, we started off in one terminal and then they moved the flight to another terminal and then they moved us back after delaying the flight 3 times and then moving it back up once. Yeah. It was kind of a mess.
And where was it that we had to like go outside and get on a bus and travel over because of construction?
I think that was Orlando.
I thought it was Washington, like Dulles Airport. I thought it was our Boston trip that we had to do it.
Maybe. I don't remember now.
Or maybe it was Newark that we had to go back and do that on. I don't know. It was something that they were remodeling some terminals and we had to actually walk out of go outside onto a tarmac, get on a bus, and travel over to another one. I mean, we've only had layovers at Newark, so I've never gone in or out of the airport to experience security and stuff, but I've always kind of liked what they had to offer in each terminal. You know, because to me, the layover, as long as there's enough stuff for me to watch or do, you know, it helps the time go by.
Yeah. I do think as far as ease, other than our last foray to Chicago or through the security there, was Shannon, the airport in Shannon. That was remarkably easy.
Oh, that was really easy.
Even with all of those kids and all of their instruments.
Right. Smaller airport.
Yeah.
Made it pretty easy.
Yeah.
You know, Nice was very easy to get in and out of. Now, I don't like Heathrow. I don't care for that airport.
I've only been through Heathrow a couple of times. Usually when we've flown into London, we've come in Gatwick.
Well, when you go through, they don't make you go through security and customs like if you're transferring to another terminal. Now they do. But the way it's set up is so weird. You don't get off the plane.
What is this guy
and
doing?
go through customs in the terminal that you're in. You've got to get off the plane, and then you take buses through security.
How many people are going to stand in this parking spot that I'm trying to turn into?
Know.
Goodness. Here comes another one.
What kind of flowers do you think those are on his sweatshirt?
I have no idea. They kind of look like Hawaiian lays.
But anyway, I didn't like
Not
that aspect of
chips.
Heathrow. It was a mess.
Did we fly out of Heathrow when we went to Scotland?
There's no telling.
Or did we? No, we flew out of Edinburgh, didn't we? We didn't go back to. We didn't go back to London.
I don't remember now.
Yeah, no, it was Edinburgh. Because we flew into Heathrow, but it was a much smaller airport that we flew out of.
Yeah.
So.
Well, cool.
All right. Well, we've made it to our
a perfect end to a perfect start to the trip. We'll have to update everybody.
It's kind of awkward. All these
people looking at
walking
us,
by,
wondering what's going on.
I have no idea.
My goodness.
Well, Will did choose to park as close as we could to the store.
This is why we should have wore our shirts.
No doubt.
So
but here's the deal.
Understand.
The next episode,
we're
going to have to talk about our Pokemon Go adventure.
We are going to have to talk about it because
we
you better make some room in your item shop.
I will.
Not item shop. What is it called? Item
bag.
Thank you. She's the Pokemon expert in the car.
I wouldn't go that far.
Is that the end of this episode?
I think that's the end of this episode.
All right. Well, Will, as the sun sets on another Sunday afternoon porch sitting, we appreciate you and sharing this laid-back journey with us.
Until next time, stay relaxed and enjoy the simple moments. Bucky's.